Hello everybody and welcome back to Panda's hardcore Skyblock world. As you can see, we have a lot of dirt here, coarse dirt, and I have been spending a lot of time placing them down, hoeing them, turning them into regular dirt, and I've already gotten almost 3 shulker boxes worth. I still have that many to go. And it is very time consuming. So I haven't really had time to go to any of my other farms, the cobblestone farm or the basalt farm, for deep slate purposes. But I'm going to spend a little bit more time converting all this to coarse dirt. And by the end of today, I would actually like to have a island built at the bottom of my world. I've spent a little bit of time learning Axiom on some streams recently, and I think I've built an island that I'm kind of okay with. I don't know if I'm going to be using that tool in the future for islands or any builds in general. I just kind of wanted to try it out and learn. I've been seeing a couple other YouTubers who have been using it to do mega builds, things like that, which is kind of an area I struggle with. As I can do the builds, I sometimes get lost in the bigger picture, and I feel like if I have something that could make those big walls for me, and then I can go behind and detail it, it would be a little bit easier for me to do. But like I don't really know if I'm going to continue to use that tool. It does feel kind of like the easy route in a way. I do really like making trees and terraforming on my own, as I can kind of fine tune it and make it look the way I want it to, instead of having to go through and erase. And maybe I'm just not using the program right, but it feels like a lot of inconsistencies, for lack of a better word, with how some of the peaks work and things like that. I feel like I could do just the same, if not better, fine-tuning it on my own, which is something I could do. I can make the island in Axiom and then go through and fine-tune it once I actually put the build into my world, which, speaking of, is the reason why I haven't updated to 1.20 1.5 yet, as I do have a Litematica schematic of the island that I built in Axiom, which again is another reason why I don't know if I'm going to be using it in the future, because it's kind of like I'm using creative tools, which I don't have anything against creative testing of builds, but it just feels like like I said, I'm taking the easy way out, and I don't want to feel that way. I want to be genuine with my builds. We'll see how I feel about it in the future. It's one of those things that I'm playing around with. It might be something that returns, might not be. I at least want to get 4 shulker boxes of dirt, and then I can turn it all into coarse dirt. I think at that point I could have it to where I just kind of place all the coarse dirt on the island, and then I can come back and hoe it to turn into dirt, just to kind of speed up the process a little bit, so I don't have to place it, hoe it, break it, replace it. But for now, I definitely do have to do this process until I have enough dirt to do that. And I'm going to have a little bit left over. I think with my schematic, it comes up to 156 stacks, which is a little under 7 shulker boxes with all the dirt that I need to. Because not all of it is grass blocks. Some of it's dirt as well. Anything extra, I will definitely keep to transform into dirt and grass in the future. I definitely do want to come in and build a dirt farm at some point in this world, as this has been a very tedious process to even get almost 3 in. So I don't know if that's something I'm going to continue doing in the future. Yeah, let me go ahead and get into this. I did get a suggestion from a friend that maybe I should build a moss farm and have some of it be moss, which I could turn into podzol, into regular dirt and grass later on as well. I don't know that I want to build a moss farm yet, though. I want to get the island in, I want to see what I'm working with, what kind of space I have, and then we'll see about a moss farm perhaps. because I think once I build the island, most of this is going to go away. I'm gonna move everything down to the island because I kind of built something special for the mob farm down there, and it's gonna be hopefully it's hopefully gonna look sick. All right, guys. As I gather up all these materials, I would like to take a second to ask you guys to like and subscribe. Not only is it greatly appreciated, but it also helps YouTube pick up my video on the algorithm and helps out the channel. And thank you guys so much for all the support thus far on both of my series and my shorts. Alright guys, and there we have it. That is all of the materials I'm going to need for this island. I have all my coarse dirt, my cobblestone, my stone, deep slate, and cobble deep slate. And I'm going to have to build a super smelter in this world because that took forever to get that deep slate with these 8 furnaces. So now let me grab some of these slabs as I have a little bit of bridging to do to get to where I need to be. So I need to go down to the cobblestone farm down here. This is kind of my area for my island here. And then I need to go in and turn on my rendering, where we will use FreeCam to find the lowest point. I think is this point right here. Alright, so I need to take down these coordinates. Alright, so we're going to place the water and start placing blocks all the way down. That is terrifying, oh my goodness. And then we can place our very first cobblestone of the island. Boom. And that will give us some space to work with here. Alright, now that I got these first couple blocks in, I'm going to go ahead and grab some temporary blocks that we can bridge around with and use to place in the sides of builds and stuff. So we'll grab like 2 stacks of that. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and hop into a time lapse and get this all built up. And I will bring you guys back in once we're done. Welcome back from the time lapse, everybody. We finished the island. We're waiting for grass to spread. We kind of have a bit of a slime problem. I will have to figure that out as we go. Thinking for some of the areas down here, I could put trees so that they don't have enough room to spawn in some of the slime chunks. But I'm actually going to switch my focus right now because a few weeks ago at this point, 1.21.5 released, and I was waiting specifically for this build to update because I wanted to use Lightmatica for it, and Lightmatica still has not been updated yet. It's got kind of an update, but it apparently crashes, so I'm not going to use something that's going to crash. But I'm going to actually switch focuses from this because there's something in 1.21.5 that's going to break, or be patched rather. It's not going to break. So for this, we're going to have to go over to the stronghold. Now that we're over here at the stronghold, specifically the portal room, in prior updates before 1.21.5, you're able to actually break these in portal frames. And that is essential for making farms such as sand dupers, concrete dupers, things like that. I'm not sure if that's something I'm going to want to do in this series, but I would like to be able to at least have the option to do that. As you can see, the frames have been removed. And now we can just remove everything, and we still have a functioning portal left, but now if we ever wanted to, we could make a concrete duper. Concrete, sand, gravel, all that good stuff. Or I could just decorate the portal and make it look nice. But with that being said, I also would like to make another portal to here. So that we don't have to keep flying back and forth through the overworld, because this is a much closer spawn point. And there's one more portal that I would like to make that's going to be super important for later on down the road. And that is the one over here to this finger of swamp. So this area is able to spawn frogs. So it's kind of important to have a portal going here. Alright guys, so there's one final thing that I would like to do before I end this episode, and that is to go save the allays that we found last episode. I think they're over here. Hopefully they didn't go back through the portal. This is probably going to be a little bit painful to do, but once I'm past the stronghold it shouldn't be too bad. So once I'm able to walk on the path I can lead them. Come hang out with your friend. Cool. Now I should be able to lead the boat through the portal. Alright guys, I think that's where I'm going to go ahead and end the episode. I have a lot of preparation for next video. I have to chop a bunch of trees, get a bunch of materials together, and do the grindy stuff off camera to get ready for the big builds that I want to do. I definitely want to start moving some of those farms down here in the next episode. I might just go ahead and make all of the next episode moving the farms down here. I'm not sure yet. I haven't planned that far ahead, but I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye y'all.
Panda,